Yo, what is going on YouTube? This your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again. And today we have for Kamen Geats episode 46. And I'm gonna be all over the place with this episode, man, because this episode had a lot of ass pulls, a lot of building up redemptions, and a lot of what about everybody else. And this was weird. In this episode, we did see that Kawa did get to talk to Geats while he's like godified, and it all happened in that room where the vision driver would take you, and where the goddess of creation was being held. Yeah, he gets brought into that room, and Geats is there, but he's being held up by like barbed wire, and it seems he's technically trying to get Tycoon back on their side and telling him that everybody's working hard to help Sarah and change the world and things like that. And Kay was just like, he's just now realizing that everybody actually gives a crap about him. And yeah, we also saw that Geats is like starting to statuify in this, and I thought that was a thing that they turned you into. I didn't like that. So you become a god in that sort of sense, and you're just gonna naturally turn into a statue. I thought that they physically did that to you instead of just you doing it like off rip, or like, does it just happen in that room? Like, how does that work? Because Sumiti wasn't, statuifying. I mean, they were turning her into a goddess, but she really wasn't turning into a statue like Geats is. So I'm like, how is it the room, or is it just that how it's gonna happen? Whatever. So we see that Beruba and Kakeda, they ended up taking Daichi. They ended up taking Daichi back to the tree he created with all the people and with all the people's memories inside of it. And they turns out we also saw that Jit actually created a new Sumiti. He created, I'll call her Black Sumiti, because he created another Sumiti, from using her tear. After using her power, after that time she cried, he took one of her tears, he crystallized the tear, and he used that tear to create another Sumiti that's completely obedient to them, just completely obedient. And she has goddess powers as well, but it seems like she's not as powerful because her wishes don't happen instantaneously. Like, they have to, like, we saw it in the episode, this one, where Beruba made a wish where she wanted to take the tree and create the most powerful giant Yamato that will destroy the world. And they had to hold hands, for it to work, and they had to pray for it. And I'm like, you seem like you're not as powerful as Sumiti. I mean, maybe she's not as powerful as Sumiti right now, or as powerful as Sumiti or Geats right now, because like she was just created, and it just seems like her powers have to stew for a little while, have to like take a minute. But yeah, they're doing that, transforming this tree into a giant Yamato. And if it does become a giant Yamato, then all the people inside of it will just become fertilizer for that giant Yamato, and they'll all be permanently gone. So we see that Daichi gets saved by Buffa and Neon. He gets saved by both of them, and they end up taking him back to the headquarters there. When they basically tell him that, hey, if we get Beruba and Kakeda off your back, then you have to show us how to get Sarah out of that tree. And he's like, all right, cool, I'll do that. But you guys gotta get him on my back. He's like, all right, cool, we'll do that. And Buffa's like, you better do it, or I'm gonna freaking off you. And we see that Buffa he leaves the headquarters to go fight against to stop Kakeda and Beruba. And they try to stop him from going, and Neon tries to go with him, but he's like, no, don't do that. Stay here with him. Make sure he doesn't leave. And I'm gonna go and destroy Beruba, because this is between me and Tycoon. This is between me and him. So let me finish this. And Daichi's like, he looks like he's ready to die. He's making bad decisions in order to make sure people have less bad things happen to them. And and then even Neon basically says that that Ace is gonna create a world where all sins are forgiven and things like that, and that kind of piques Daichi's interest. So I personally just feel like Daichi's gonna still try and backstab everybody anyway. I don't think I don't think there's really no redemption for Daichi. I could be wrong. I really could. I could be wrong. I'll eat my words if I am. But I feel like there's no really real right now, as of right now, how I feel right now as a recording of this freaking video, I don't think that Daichi is redeemable. I don't know. He's done too much backstabbing crap. I don't know. I mean, other writers have done it in the past. I get that, but this guy, I don't know. But anyway, we get Buffer goes to basically to stop the little thing going on with and while they're praying for Beruba's wish to happen, the tree is like glowing, it's pulsating and things like that. And then that's when he comes in. That's when Buffer comes in and he starts to fight Beruba. He tells Beruba, they have like a little standoff. They talk for a while and things like that, and they get to it. But why does Beruba transform into her giant mech rider form, and that's basically considered her as fighting him seriously? I thought the black cards that they got from Jit, I thought those were stronger. They're stronger than their like original mecha rider forms, right? That's what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be real Yamato-ish kind of looking rider forms that are stronger than their other rider forms. That's what those black cards are for. So why didn't she use that? That fight could have been a lot cooler, in my opinion, because this fight kind of sucked. And I'm thinking that this fight, if she turned into her actual rider form, would have looked a lot cooler if they would have fought rider to rider, not rider to rider mech, which still looked freaking stupid. And also, one thing, I didn't notice that this form had like bull horns. I didn't notice it had those until she actually like transformed into it. We got close-ups of it. It did like a headbutt thing. Like up till now, I didn't notice that thing had bull horns. But anyway, it's still a trash freaking rider form. I'm sorry, it's still a trash looking rider form. But yeah, this entire fight was just so. I understand the meaning behind it, and then they're fighting, everybody, they're going at it, stuff like that. And we see that Keiwa is still on the thing, trying to, he goes off to go help everybody after having his one-on-one with Ace. And then we get the climactic, ending of their fight, which was him rider kicking her doing her ultimate attack, which was that big nuke attack she did the last time she was in this form, and him doing his rider kick. But while he's in his rider kick, he transforms into his like god state, the form he was in where he was just invincible and he was able to just beat any rider. He transforms into that at the last second and rider kicks her and defeats her. And then she goes off on him, telling her they have the little standoff talk, whatever. And she's bloody on the ground and she ends up fading away, right? So I'm thinking, why weren't you using this before? Like, did you just in the middle of all of that just wish for that? Did you, in the middle of that rider kick standoff, did you like beam stroke or whatever? Did you like wish for that in the middle of the rider kick? And then you got it and it happened instantly? And it just like, boom, what happened? Because like, I mean, Geats is here. I'm pretty sure he has some type of god power where he's able to see everything that's going on right now, even when he's like stuck in that room. And I'm just like, why weren't you using that before? And then also, if she turned into her rider form, her actual like suit rider form, and he did use that, it would have been a lot cooler, because that form and its abilities that he has, doesn't work on them, because the black card stuff is stronger than her regular rider stuff. So it would have been a lot cooler to see that, him with the cape and everything fighting her. But it was just a split second and he transformed into it and beat her. and it was so weird. It was like I was like, okay, Beruba's gone, whatever. Hey, how you, I'm good. I'm glad. I'm personally glad because I freaking hate this character. But it's just the whole fight just seemed weird. It was cheesy. It was corny. Some of the one-liners and stuff were cool or whatever. But like, yeah. And then that's when Kikera comes in. Buffa's beat up to all hell. He's bleeding. He can't even stand. And Beruba fades away. And Kikera comes up and tries to take out Buffa. But then now that Beruba's gone, her wish is null and void. So we don't get the big giant Jamato that she wanted. And then that's when Kikera tries to kill Buffa. And then that's when Tycoon comes in, Keiwa comes in and saves Buffa. He talks to Buffa for a while, and Buffa apologizes to him. And then Keiwa apologizes for not believing in his friends and not caring, stuff. And it was cool. I like see how they reconciled after a cheesy ass freaking fight. But then Kikera's talking with Keiwa, and he tells Keiwa, he's like, what happened to you? Like, you seem refreshed. Like, what happened to you? And then Keiwa's like, I'm done dancing to your tune. You the one pushed all that delusions and stuff on me. And then Kikera's like, oh nah, I did all this for you. Like, you can't just don't get cheeky with me. And he's like, I got a personal bad end waiting for you, and you better be ready for it. I'm like, y'all can fight now. And it was like, nah. It was just like, he leaves, and it's just like, okay. And also, they don't know that there's another Sumiti. So like, Buffa's like, why are there two Sumitis? He's like, Sumiti, what are you doing here? So it's like, what is that? So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how they feel about that now that there's two Sumitis. Beruba's gone. After that, we see Geats start to statuify some more. His hand is starting to, get hard, rock up, yeah. Next episode, we're gonna see that climactic battle with Kikera and Keiwa, but Keiwa's not going to be using Bujin sword. He's going to go back to ninja, which I miss ninja. It's one of my favorite forms of his. But I'm like, why? You could just take a Bujin sword and like mop the floor with this guy. But yeah, whatever. But this episode was just a lot of ass pulls. It's just like, what's happening? Because I feel like you're trying to do a redemption arc for Daichi, but I just think he's just going to find some kind of way to still backstab everybody in the end. Also, what about all the people inside? What about all the other people still left in the tree? Like, is that gonna be like an on-screen thing or off-screen thing where they get all those people out? Like, what are they gonna do? Like, how are they gonna? Why hasn't Geats just gotten everybody? Since he's all powerful, he should have just got everybody out of there. He brought the tree back, but it took Daichi in this little formula that he had or whatever to get Sarah out. So Sarah's back. Cool. Hey, how you doing? But other than that, it was kind of weird. Like, and now that Geats has changed the world again and nullifying Keiwa's wish. Now that Keiwa's wish has been nullified, all those people that he brought back from the DGP who died go back to being dead, good and bad. So I was kind of hoping that they would have did something more with that, like have Toru come back, and like have like actual Toru come back and stuff like that, and had him talk to Buffa and stuff like that. Like, that could have been like a cool little side thing that they do. Maybe they'll do it in like a V cinema or something like that. But like, why? I feel like they should have did more with that. We didn't even see anybody. We just saw bad guys, like two bad guy writers. Like, two of those guys they're back being dead now. But it's like, we didn't see anyone. We didn't see anyone who died in the DGP. Like, anybody who died in DGP who got brought back, like good people. We didn't see any of them. So I'm just like, what was that? And then you only did it to bring back Sarah. I understand that's your sister, but it's like you only did it to bring back Sarah. What about all the folks stuck in the wood up there, man? But yeah, I don't know. This week's Geats was kind of weird. It was a lot of ass pulls. And now they have to sit there and explain why Buffa still has his, his ultimate writer powers. now they have to explain why he has that, and also why he hasn't used it. So, which is probably also gonna be like an ass pull or some other BS out of nowhere. But other than that, yeah, man, you guys, I don't know. This episode was weird. It is weird. In the next episode, we're gonna actually see Jit transform, and he actually looks freaking dope. He looks freaking cool. I mean, he looks just like, he looks like a Gazer. He looks like Gazer. He looks like Glare, but he's black. He's like red, gold, and black. Like he has some other more like extra armor on him, And the way Jit fight in a rider form, he ain't finna be nothing to mess with. But, whew. Other than that, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of this episode of Kamen Rider Geats. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. And remember, as I always say, stay henshined.